Magical treats taste great, but justice and equality taste better. To combat hate, all ad revenue from my HB Kitchen will be donated to trans and LGBTQ charities. Thank you for supporting the kitchen and helping make the world a better place. Mischief managed.
Hello witches, wizards, and those who have just escaped from Azkaban. Welcome back to my Harry Potter kitchen. This is the YouTube series where I'm baking my way through the Harry Potter books, creating magical recipes every time we find an item of food and drink inside. If you missed last week's recipe where we served up some golden snitch inspired pumpkin tarts, then make sure you check out the link down below in the description to catch up. And if you're new to the kitchen and you want to see some more Harry Potter recipes, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell, and you'll get an alert every Magic Monday when there's a brand new recipe. We've only just arrived at Hogwarts and there's plenty more on the way, so let's make some magic. This week we're moving on to chapter 6 of the Prisoner of Azkaban, Talons and Tea Leaves. Tea should be a next recipe, but we've already covered that earlier in the series. While everyone is down for breakfast, we see a new item of food. "Pass the marmalade," said Hermione. Sounds like a pretty sweet start to the day. Marmalade is back on the menu, and this is one of the few recipes that has appeared in all 3 books so far. We started off in the Philosopher's Stone with the classic marmalade recipe, then we made marmalade Hogwarts house style in the Chamber of Secrets, so this time I decided to create a sweet treat that has marmalade infused in it, and it's going to be a twist on a British classic dessert, the upside down cake. So this marmalade upside down cake is going to have a zesty orange sponge, and then we're going to use some of the orange peel to decorate the top as well, so you can see a little bit of magic when you turn it out. First things first, we need to create that sponge, so this is what you need to do. To make your easy, zesty orange sponge, you want to start off by creaming together your butter and sugar until light and fluffy. Scrape down the sides and then keep on mixing. In a separate jug, I'm going to crack in my eggs and then beat them lightly. Once they're well combined, you can then slowly pour into your butter and sugar mixture. Remember, add in some flour if the mixture begins to curdle. Once all the eggs are incorporated, I'm going to scrape down the sides again before adding in my flour. I'm also flavouring this sponge with some mixed spice and vanilla. To make sure our cake also packs a zesty punch, I'm grating the zest off my orange before adding in too. Finally, cut your orange in half and then squeeze out the juice. I'm adding in about 1 to 2 tablespoons and then mixing through. The classic upside down cake usually has a mixture of butter and sugar or golden syrup as the base, and all of that syrupy goodness runs through the cake when you turn it upside down. As I mentioned at the start, we're going to use marmalade instead, which is still going to have the same effect, but you'll get that lovely, zesty, tangy sweetness that marmalade is known for. You can either create your own using one of the recipes we made earlier on in the series, or you can also buy it from the shop. Have a little bit of fun at this stage and decorate the bottom of your tin. Just remember to do it in reverse, as we're going to flip that out afterwards. Prepare your cake tin by greasing with butter. I'm then going to carefully peel off the rind from another orange and lay that down flat. You can either use a stencil or cut out your lightning bolt freehand. And of course, this step is entirely up to you, so feel free to personalise it with any shape or letter that you prefer. Stick your lightning bolts into the bottom of your cake tin. Remember, we're going to flip this one upside down, so you want to do it in reverse. Once you're happy with the pattern, it's then time to introduce the star of the show. I've placed about 2 tablespoons of the marmalade into a bowl and whip that up until it's nice and smooth. You can then pour that over the top of your decorations and use an offset spatula to level it off. Carefully spoon your cake mix over the top and then smooth that over until it's nice and even. Now we just need to bake our cake, so that's going into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for around 40 minutes. You'll know it's ready once you can insert a skewer into the middle and it comes out clean. Upside down cakes are definitely one of the easiest showstopper cakes to make. You can take a little bit of time perfecting your decorations on the bottom of the cake tin and then flip that out to wow your guests when it reaches the dinner table. Remember, you want to leave it in the tin for a little while when it just comes out of the oven to let your marmalade thicken up, otherwise when you turn it out it will run all over the worktop. This goes beautifully with custard, ice cream, or tastes pretty incredible on its own with a nice cup of tea. So let me know down below in the comments how you'll be enjoying your marmalade upside down cake. Leave the cake to cool in the tin for about 5 minutes before flipping out onto your cake board. You should leave it to cool before you cut into, but this one is pretty irresistible, so I decided to tuck in anyway. Slice generously and then serve with your favourite helpings of custard, ice cream, or a cup of tea. And with that, our magical marmalade orange cake is good to go. So there you go, another Harry Potter inspired dessert ready to go and wow your guest at your next Harry Potter dinner party. If you enjoyed this recipe and you want to see some more Harry Potter treats, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell, then you'll get an alert every Magic Monday when there's a brand new recipe. I've got a whole marmalade cake to tuck into, so I'll see you next week.